Ooh, sorry, that was probably way too loud. But anyways, we are live.
Yes, we are live.
Hopefully, people are out there right now. And it is late. It's now Sunday, midnight here in sunny, hot California, very hot California. You're listening and watching Transparency and Merit. And I guess we're going to look at your favorite dude, Ted Wheeler.
Wheeler is the mayor of the time. So, now, Darren, how is the weather down there? Because we've had a hell of a heat wave. How is the weather there in Oregon?
It's supposed to be super hot this week, but tonight it was nice and cool and breezy.
I was driving in my car today, and the temperature gauge read 119 at one point.
What? No,
Yeah.
It's starting to cool down. You can feel the fall coming here, but it's supposed to be hot next week. But they changed it. It was supposed to be like 100. Now it's supposed to be like 90. But it's nice. It's comfortable.
I will say it didn't feel that hot, but it was a weird heat. It really was strange. But even now I'm sweating. I've been sweating all day long. How about you, Brian?
Are you shirtless? Yeah, I've been sweating. Are you shirtless?
I am basically shirtless. I have been most of the day. I ran around like Tarzan almost all day. It was great.
Were your nipples hard?
You know what? I've got a puppy, and it's kind of sad, but the guy I got it from, I think they took it away from its mother before it was, the right age. So they become very needy. So I was sitting around with my shirt off, and my puppy came up and started biting my nipple, trying to get milk out of my breast. It didn't work, but it did hurt.
I bet.
It hurt like nobody's business. But it was funny. It was cute to watch. My dog is breastfeeding on me.
That puppy.
It sounds horrific.
It's kind of the most disturbing thing you've ever looked at, to be honest.
So, I did show a thing where Brandon Straka was chased in Dallas. I'm gonna just tweet this to Joe as well. We may look at this later on.
Yes. So for now, we do have the Ted Wheeler.
Yes.
Tweeter.
Now, today was the vigil for that person who was shot in Portland
last Saturday.
Yeah.
We barely came up with enough money for his funeral, which is nice. $15,000.
Holy moly.
Not that much money.
Now, this Brandon Straka was chased in Dallas. I don't know if Debbie will show up.
I don't know.
I hope she shows up. This show calls for Debbie Daly.
We need a woman on this show, and not
yeah.
him.
I'm gonna put my feelers out for Liz.
I did that too. At least she's opinionated, which is good.
Yes. But yeah, we're getting to a slow start here, but it will all.
Did you you guys on your Twitter feed? Do you guys have left and right people? You like have 50-50? Or you're like 90-10? Or
I'm not
are you
sure.
on-
Now, Joe is neither left nor right.
I hate
Yeah.
them both.
He's
I
kind of in
despise
his own
them both.
because they don't see the real nonsense.
Well, it's kind of their job to protect us from it, I think.
So as we're looking at Ted Wheeler's Twitter feed, we are we're seeing let's see, Mayor Ted Wheeler. The order is painfully illegal. Portland is not a toy in Trump's authoritarian administration. And then if we can see what the responses are for what Ted Wheeler retweeted, let's take a look here. And what happened to Darren, by the way?
Oh, Darren. Oh, he fell off.
He'll come back. More than likely, he will come back. Ignore it. Trump is a master distractor. And wait, he's coming back. All right, it says device not connected. Darren, you are back.
You're
What
back.
happened? Is it me?
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
I have so much trouble with this Yardcast. If I do anything else or StreamYard, I get booted.
You know what? I'm gonna start trying to broadcast off of YouTube. I think it might be better. I don't know about taking phone calls though.
This is pretty good. I like this. It's just maybe I should use my computer. I should start using my computer upstairs or something. I don't know.
I wish we could do a little more with StreamYard, but it works.
You can play videos and stuff. That's cool. Oh my
True.
God! You know Brett Weinstein?
No.
He's the guy that was from Evergreen, the teacher that was accused of being a racist.
Oh yeah.
I was watching a show the other day, and some rich freaking Dubai guy donated like $7,000 like 5 or 6 times.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I couldn't believe it. We're all like giving like $2, $5, and all of a sudden this guy comes in. He's just like 7,000, 7,000, 7,000. It's incredible. You never know what you'll get, when you're on there. If you got that, whatever program that was, where you take the donations, What program is that? You guys know?
You mean through YouTube? You mean Super Chat?
Yes. They made like 40 grand in 2.5 hours. I couldn't believe it. I even texted Debbie. It's like, look how much money these people are making. They're so boring, but they're so smart, at the same time. So somebody really liked them. And wow.
So we're taking a look at Ted Wheeler's Twitter feed here, and I'm wondering why. And this is Ted Wheeler picking up trash and other. He's such a virtue signaler, and then he leaves the city. Ted Wheeler basically leaves the city. Has he left Portland altogether?
He's not going to say where he's going. I'm sure some rich Democrat said, just come live in my basement for a few months.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. There's no way he's going to share where he lives. That's for sure. But
he's helping out these. Is he afraid of these unhinged leftists? Or, and you have, the thing is, you have one Antifa mayor. You have one mayor who is he doesn't say Antifa but condemns the violence. And then you have the person that's running against Ted Wheeler who calls herself the Antifa mayor.
Look, anybody's better than him. Bring in the Antifa mayor. What the fuck?
Yeah, maybe that's the whole thing. Maybe they just bring in the Antifa. You know what? Might as well give it all to him. And that's what I've said. I said, you know what? Ted Wheeler, you got to shit or get off the pot. You're either with him or you're against him. You can't be on the fence. It's such chicken shit.
I can't believe he's in charge of the police. But they they got the command from on high from like a week ago, and everything's changed. As soon as Biden said that he didn't want violence, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but they totally turned the volume down on all the media, all the top stories being police shootings, because in the last week we've had more police shootings, horrible ones that aren't, except for locally, aren't being talked about. So they're not trying to incite violence right now. It's very strange.
Well, it's bad for the Democrats.
Exactly. And then so they put that out, and now they're, the media's just totally changed their tune. No more hands up, don't choose. Just like this, it's the same thing happened in 2016. They ran every cop killing top story, blah blah blah. And now for the last week, even though there was like the worst one ever in LA, they aren't talking about it. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah.
They like shot that guy 20 times. You had no gun, nothing. It was
In what world does that make sense?
It doesn't. But because it's not on the national news every hour, they're trying to calm everything down because this isn't working for them.
Now,
and here's a quote from Mayor Wheeler. Honored to join Pastor Mondane and community members at the March on Portland. This was August 28th. Today and every day, we must acknowledge that horrific acts of police violence, the grief, and trauma felt by the Black community.
what a virtue signaler. I mean, what a fake. I mean,
I feel so sorry for cops.
You know what, dude? He's just completely power hungry. He does. I don't think he cares about right and wrong. He just cares about. I think, you know what? He may even have deluded himself, but at the end of the day, I'd like to think if I were in his position, I would just say, hey man, you guys are wrong. I'm standing up to you. You're making our city awful, and I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call the law enforcement, and I'm gonna, look. I want you guys prosecuted. Bottom line.
Just tell them they've gone too far. There was like a golden opportunity to make change, and they went too far. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, what's
the consensus in Portland, Darren?
And what's your downtown going to look like after the smoke clears?
Yes, I'm having a hard time gripping what everybody thinks, because every guest that checks in always has to state their freaking political opinion like right up front. It's
really
irritating.
That's weird.
Are there any conservatives that come into the place? Are there any guys like, I'm sick of this garbage? Or?
No, just the guys I work with.
So because these guys that are coming into your hotel, they're all coming in from outside, right?
Right. Yeah, we had 30 arrivals tonight. We had 35. We only had like 20 at the beginning of the day. We're like a motor in now. It's weird. People are just showing up and then checking in to go to the protest.
I think Joe and I need to go in and check into the hotel. I think at some point we need to go there.
It's a good deal. I'll get you the best room, and I'll give you free valet.
Hey,
hell yeah,
we'll tip you.
Let's do it. Yeah, you'll have a great night.
You guys would like it. We have a nice hotel. The rooms are great. The neighborhood's absolute shit, literally.
Well,
oh my God!
We should go down there. You know what?
You know what? Maybe I could pay for Joe's time down there. I don't know. I don't know if Joe wants to go there though. But
oh come on, you got to go with me. You're the one with I mean that to me would seem like the worst kind of hell.
I have to tell you guys what I did tonight. We don't have too many listeners, do we?
No.
Okay, so we have this heroin camp on the east side of the parking garage, which is south of our hotel. There's like 16 tents. They're constantly selling heroin. So I went up to the 3rd floor and I checked it out. I put up a sign once on the 5th floor because I could get around the corner, and I put a sign that said heroin sold here. And it was up there for about a day, and they all panicked, and somehow they got it off of there. So I was like, well, I'm going to put it where they can't get it. So I built this long contraption. It's like 7 feet by 4 feet, 2 by 4. And I got like I did a really good job with screws and like it's basically a big long angle, right? And I put up this sign that says heroin sold here with a big arrow down. And I with the contraption, I put a bunch of double-sided sticky tape and put it around the corner. It's about 3 stories up, and they can't touch it. There's no way they can get to it. I think it's probably going to be there until we get like the scissor lift and drive over there. And as soon as I put it up, everything changed in that freaking heroin camp. It was so hilarious. All business stopped. They would all pull up right there in that parking lot.
Joe and I want to try Portland heroin and see how good it is.
Darren's ruining it.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a mess.
Take a look at.
Oh, by the way, in my 7-Eleven today,
Mhm.
Actually, it was a mini mart. The Indian guy kicked this white chick who looked like either a tweaker or a heroin addict, and she was like, "Dude, get away from me! I'll stab you."
Why was he kicking her out? Was she loitering?
Because this is the second time you've stolen from me. And she goes, "Get the fuck up! I want to buy something, man. Why are you fucking harshing on me? I'll fucking stab you." I mean, she did. She looked. She wasn't bad looking. I mean, if there was a beauty contest of heroin meth addicts, she would have won. She may have won the prize. Darren, have you ever seen? Are there any good-looking homeless chicks? Like if we had a beauty contest? Oh, where did he go? Asked him a question, then he left.
I don't know. He sent me a picture.
He might be. Yeah, he might be talking to Ted Wheeler. Now, did you hang out with Joey? Did you ever hang out with maybe Ted Wheeler by accident? Like, did he ever come into your bar or restaurant that you worked at the time?
You know what?
Yeah, Ted Wheeler.
He's got a look that's pretty common in Oregon.
Ted Wheeler came to my hotel once. He tipped me $5. He was nice, and his wife's really hot.
I bet, dude. The mayor.
Yeah, his wife's hot as hell.
Look at this. I gotta Google his wife.
I'm posting that picture you sent me to the main.
Yeah, dude, it's so funny.
Let's see if I can.
How old is Ted Wheeler anyway?
He's younger than me. He's probably 40.
No, I think he's older than that.
Really? Well, I tell you what, he looks like shit now because the stress is getting to him. You can tell.
Well, when people want to murder you, that gets stressful.
Oh my God! What? What the hell do they want from Ted Wheeler? Why are they attacking him, Brian? I thought he was.
You know what? These are unhinged lunatics. They will turn on you, no matter what you do for them. Yeah. It's like they are insane, and they're giving it to insane people. It's like you gotta say, hey, we need law and order here. You guys are unhinged lunatics. You can't have unhinged lunatics in your city. You got to arrest them. Now, Joey, I tweeted. This is Mr. Midnight Movie. That is great. We need to get some of that. They want to buy some heroin. Joe, this happened in Dallas, by the way. Ted Straka. I tweeted to you his Midnight Movie. All right. So if you go to your Twitter page,
I'll check it out.
So, but it's crazy. Like these unhinged lunatics are all over. Just every major city has a group of unhinged lunatics who will do violence, and they're insane, and they need about a couple of weeks. Some of these people need a couple of weeks in jail. They need to lose their freedoms. You can't just catch and release, man. You got to build.
Did you see the guy with the flamethrower?
No.
Officer Red or whatever. He got arrested and he started crying in court. Did you see that kid? It wasn't in Portland.
Oh, he started crying. Well, go ahead, JP. If you can, Joey.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Relax. It's taking me a second here. I had to log in. All right, so I think this is it.
So there's no way those guys are going to get that signed. There's no way they can get to it without dying.
It's kind of cut off, but yeah, it's way up there. All right, is this it, Brian?
This is it.
All right, let me put some volume on it.
Move fast.
We're being chased by a mob of people outside the police station, a mob of Black Lives Matter protesters.
Are they gay? Why are they?
Because they're Trump supporters.
But they look kind of like.
Well, these are gay. Trump supporters. I mean, some of them are gay looking.
There's a lot of.
They have gay face.
The police are not here. We're trying to get away from them. They're attacking gay people.
Because you support someone.
Attacking women.
Are you here with them?
What city?
We're basically running to the end of the street right now because that's where the cops are.
Oh shit! Whoa!
See, yeah. I mean,
What happened at the end there? Did you get attacked?
Yeah, I think they got a little bit of attacked. I think they smacked their phone out of their face. But these basically are unhinged lunatics. Basically.
Oh my god! It's unbelievable how angry they are.
Whoa!
They're so sure
There he
of
is.
themselves.
The thing is, Texas. I think all of Texas is a right to carry state, so they're going to run into the wrong.
There's no fucking way those people are going to go into a restaurant and start throwing shit around. There's no way in Texas you'd get away. There'd be too many people with guns.
No.
Arizona too.
Yeah.
You could forget that shit. Portland would just put their fists up and say, "Please leave us alone."
No, but now is a lot of Oregon a right to carry state though? I mean, are there big portions of Oregon that are kind of right to carry or no?
Well, people carry guns. Most of Oregon's fucking rural, man. People don't get that. You think of Portland, you think of Oregon, but Portland's a very small part of Oregon. Most of it is redneck city. Eugene, Salem, Portland, that's pretty much it. The rest of it is a lot of, and the sad thing is a lot of the small towns in Oregon have a lot of meth. They have a lot of drug problems. Meth is horrible in Oregon. But
I've heard
east, like way east, like the eastern half of Oregon, it's all just farmland and just terrible desert and white trucks and ranchers, and it's not the same, but most of the population is in Portland though.
But yeah, I mean, I guess, I mean, I don't know if these are new implants from Portland and how Portland became so unhinged with just the same people.
There was some. There's always a lot of activism going on downtown, But I mean, this is just beyond. This is
Nah, it's over the top. The
way,
funny
way.
thing is,
over
a
the top.
lot. These are not the people I'm seeing at my hotel. I see 2 or 3 check-ins that are like this. Well, who knows what they act like when they get down there? But for the most part, they're really fairly normal people that are checking in there from all over the country, though. I mean, from Virginia, Seattle, Idaho. A lot of people from Idaho, which is weird because I didn't know there were that many black people in Idaho. I think every black person in Idaho came to Portland.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, I know that the mayor of there was a recall effort that didn't go through, but it's
Oh.
hard to get in
Missed by 0.5%.
in Boise.
No, here, we tried to recall our Mayor Kate Brown, and she barely missed it by like 0.5% or something.
Really?
Yes.
I wonder if, but I mean, the Democrats are going to win Portland. I think. I mean, I can't imagine that the people, but maybe they are. I mean, but it's hard to gauge because people are afraid to talk because the left is so vindictive and eats out retribution, and the establishment, the powerful establishment, is kind of behind them. So it's really hard to gauge what people are thinking.
Well, that's what happens when you have one party that rules everything.
Yeah, well, the one party right now rules. Basically, the elites are in the Democrat and rule the tech industry, and big business are ruled by the Democrats, and they're ruled by the social justice warriors. The HR departments rule rule, and that's what we're dealing with right now. And we got to look at this weaselly guy. I mean, he is such a weasel.
He believes he only watches CNN.
Is that what he said?
Well, no, but he had like 6 things that he rolled off about why he hates Trump, and all of them have been debunked, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, they have.
100%. And like, where's this guy been for the last 3 years? He hasn't watched anything. He just fall in line. That's what he believes, and whatever.
Yeah, his position is really bizarre. I don't understand it.
We all kind of it reminds me of like we all are looking for what we want to believe in, and we kind of are drawn to that, like conspiracy theories and what's the term for I can't think of it right now. But anyways, it's funny because there's so many people on the far right and so many people on the far left that are 100% sure that they're right.
Yeah.
And it's not the case. It can't be.
Nope.
And unless you look at the other side and think that you could actually learn something, this is just going to go south. And we're just going to... It's people can't understand. Like, people on the far left cannot fucking understand how anybody could like Trump. And then there's people that only watch Trump speeches and don't believe CNN, and they don't understand what the hell's going on, the hypocrisy in the whole thing. I don't know. What do you think, JP?
Well, that old saying never sounded more true ever to me, and that's there's always 2 sides to a story: the left side and the truth, and in this case, the right side and the truth. I think both sides are making mistakes, but
it's all confirmation bias. It's all it is. You go down the rabbit hole and you go far enough, and you can't even come back. You can't even think of the side.
There is a point too where rabbit holes are dangerous, and unless people are willing to go in with the right perspective, there's going to be that bias. You're right, 100% on that. A lot of bias. It's probably one of the key words.
I was watching the cop shootings today. Brian, did you ever see the cop shooting at the Walmart where the guy has the bat and he's threatening people with the bat?
No, I haven't. But I'll tell I'll tell you this. The right wants to engage. The left just wants to attack. The left wants to censor and shut down. That's what it seems like to me.
In the streets for sure. In these protests for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like social media.
And if you had any conservative protests, anything like commemorating anything of conservatism, the left would shut it down automatically.
And
in this,
you know what?
in this
Take a
city, for
look
sure,
at
in
this.
Portland.
Take a look at this, Darren. Is this the video you're talking about with the guy with the bat? Hello?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. I thought I heard somebody else talking.
No. Yes. This is it. What do you guys think of this?
I haven't seen it, but I'll play it. I think this is a link to it. Let's see.
Did you see the guy with the knife?
My first. Yeah, he's got a bat, and they call the police, and they stun gun him twice, and he still won't put the damn bat down. For some reason, they just shoot him. He never actually hit anybody. My opinion of this video is kind of thing, and the guy got charged.
But I saw a video of a guy with a knife, and he shot him, and he still didn't go down, and he ended up stabbing a cop.
Yeah. If you fucking listen to the cops, they don't want to listen to the cops now. They fight the cops now.
Would you believe a few simple changes in your diet can drastically reduce your joint pain and arthritis? If you're suffering from joint pain right now, you'll surely want to.
That looks so good. Look at that guy. Looks very friendly.
Holy shit, that's a healthy beard.
I hope he gets out of his arthritis situation. All right, here's the video.
Warning: graphic content. Hey guys, be over 18 if you're gonna watch this.
Brian, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think, Brian. Turn the
Oh, there's
audio on.
no audio.
There's audio.
It says it on the screen, no audio, for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay, you got a no audio version.
That's okay though. We can talk over it. That's good. So
Oh,
this
yeah.
guy's going around with a bat.
He starts going.
And this-
He starts telling because of his skin. It's because he's black. Blah blah blah.
Oh,
Get the bat down. Drop the bat, man. Drop the bat. Drop the bat.
oh,
Dead.
Shot fired. Shot fired. Start medical. Sit down.
Welcome to Walmart.
wow.
And he died.
He died?
Now,
Where did he get shot? In the stomach?
he got shot in the heart. They always aim for the heart. Which I actually agree with Biden. If you have a guy with a bat, shoot him in the fucking legs. Jesus Christ. What kill? I think I'm the only one that believes that.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of. I don't know why they would deliver a death blow and they're at an advantage like that.
You can tell the
the
guy
gun.
was mentally unhinged. At least take a bat hit before you kill somebody. For
I
God's
guess
sake.
No.
what's the logic there for killing him,
Brian,
Brian?
that's what I thought at first too. I thought the same thing. Well, fuck, he should have listened to him. Put the goddamn bat down.
You know what?
That's gonna get
You
shot.
gotta, you know, when you're faced with deadly force, a bat is deadly force. You know what? I don't know enough to make a decision on this right now, but I think that
Well, you're saying he should have been shot and killed, not shot and taken down.
He was shot and killed. He
I'm looking at the National Jubilee.
What's that?
I don't know.
What's up, Shangy? Call in.
Yeah, because I'm getting tired, baby.
Yeah, man. Late night shows are. But we got listeners now. Got like 80 listeners.
Get out of here. Get out of here, man. We don't. You know what? But I just want to say, you know, people need to talk to one another. We need to hash this out. If you don't want to talk, you know what? I wish you didn't control the big cities. I guess you do. But if this is the way it's going to go, I want to leave, the big city. I don't want to live in a place where I'm threatened if I have a different point of view. It's a load of crap.
I want to go to Utah. What people are doing, like, this is what I believe. I think they're getting on social media and they're watching these videos. They'll watch 100 of these videos. You could watch black people getting killed by cops or abused by cops, and you get all worked up, and this is what you get in the streets. And you can have other people that are doing just the opposite. All they're watching is people attacking cops, and then you'll be furious, and you'll think that the cops are victims, and nobody's in the middle. Nobody can get the perspective because we're only spoon-fed all this information through our social media feed. It depends on what friends we have, what things we're interested in, and then they give us that. And it seems like it's either one or the other. Unless you're friends with both and looking at both, you don't have any perspective.
Yeah.
It's like they just want polarity.
Seems like they just want power. I mean, they have power. The establishment has emboldened these lunatics, and they've really made things worse. And I think people are going to want a little bit of retribution after if the conservatives win. There's going to be, people like, hey, what were you doing? What were you thinking, allowing these unhinged lunatics to have such control?
I just don't know. I don't know who's going to win. I'm losing faith in what I believe in, what I think is the reality going on the street. I have no idea if Trump's going to win or Biden's going to win. I really don't. I predicted Trump would win last time. It was easy. Because everybody at my work liked Bernie and they all switched to Trump.
Yeah, I think that, it's hard. I mean, the state you live, the city and state that you live, the city you live near and the state you live in is pretty left, so it's hard to gauge.
It is. It is hard to get. Especially with every person checking in, complaining about all the horrible racists driving by. Last Saturday, it was unbelievable. I can't believe there's so many racists in the world. Oh, okay. Thanks for sharing with me. Now check in, please. Please go away and leave your political opinions at the door.
Well, and the thing is, what have you told her? Well, yeah, I mean, and did you ever ask them like what kind of racist?
I don't say shit. I don't say shit. That's just be a fight.
Hello, you're talking with Brian and Joe and Darren.
And this is Nicole.
Funny.
Who's this?
What's our topic today? What is our topic today?
Well, Brian's on a crusade here about Ted Wheeler.
Our topic is Mayor Ted Wheeler's Twitter page. Have you heard of Mayor Ted Wheeler in Portland, sir?
Wasn't he the one that was leaving his condo and running off to somewhere else?
Yes.
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 Yep. They kept.
What do we care about? A Democratic mayor is useless.
He is.
It seems.
What would you like to do with Mayor Ted Wheeler?
I think you should join Antifa. I think you should either join Antifa or stand up to them. You can't do both. You can't have one foot in the door and one foot out. I think you either need to stand up to them or.
Is he not already a honorary member?
He may be. Well, they tried to burn his
Black Lives Matter. He's a member of, I think.
Black Lives Matter. I've watched these videos online, and I'm glad I'm where I am. No black people here.
Well, that's
Racist.
I just yeah, that's kind of. I mean, I just don't want people misbehaving.
Fuck, there's a lot of really nice
But that's
black people.
what. That's what. Isn't it what everybody's doing?
You're racist.
Yeah.
And they're acting like retards.
Well, some people are.
No, most of them are. They stand there and they're short little white fat guys standing in the street yelling at people in cars. Black Lives Matter. Shit.
Yeah.
Why are they putting up with this stuff? Why can't decent people live in a city without having to worry about whether they're going to be accosted at a traffic light?
There's nobody downtown except for the protesters at this point. Very
Yeah.
few people downtown.
I've seen lots of videos with Trump supporters driving through getting harassed. Why is that?
Because the police aren't protecting them.
It's funny too because they
No police
said
protecting
earlier,
them. Nobody's protecting.
and the only thing you heard about was the one truck that actually used weapons and mace and paintballs. That's all you heard about, besides the killing.
Well, what's wrong with pepper spray? And I think they should be armed with rifles and guns.
They did. They all had guns and rifles. Are you kidding? They just didn't pull them out.
Good.
They used their paintball guns a little bit, and then they drove over a few people. But
So who protects the white people?
where?
I'm not talking about the white people. I'm not talking about the short, fat, squat, disgusting, roly-poly, useless white people that are running around with masks below their nose, screaming, "Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!"
It's not a black and white thing like that, though. It's more complex. It's not so simple.
Why is it not simple?
Well, you said who protects the white people? That's not right. That's plenty of black people.
Why is that
really
not right? Does anybody? Are any of these people attacking black people?
Yeah,
No.
they're
And
the
who
black
protects the
cops.
Chinese? Who protects the Asian people?
Nobody. The Asians are enjoying their Asian privilege because they're doing better than the whites, and it's not
Is that
fair.
right? Because in Philadelphia, they're getting attacked. They're getting attacked by black people. So who protects the Asian people?
Yeah, well, leftist Asians will always side against whites. Everybody sides against whites. That's the way it is.
I'm talking about Asian people in Philadelphia who are being attacked by black people.
Many, yeah. Here's
Of
the
attack.
thing. Here's the thing. Many Asians are on the left, and they believe in white supremacy. So they'll take an attack.
Does that mean wait? Does that mean they don't get to be protected?
A lot of them will take a lot of them will take punishment and blame white supremacy.
You know, you're dancing all around this question. It's a valid question. A lot of Asian people in Philadelphia,
Yes.
kids in the school system, are attacked by black kids, and nobody does anything about it. And if you think I'm making that up, go do a little Google search and you'll find lots of stories. So are you telling me that these kids don't deserve protection from the black people?
I didn't say they don't deserve protection, but they don't say too much about it, and a lot of them because they're left.
They don't say too much
Howard,
about it because
why do you think?
they get
Why do you
attacked
think the
even
black?
more.
Why do you think the black kids are doing that? Do you think that they are innately inferior, or do you think that they come from poor neighborhoods where they're basically taught to be victims and they're not well educated?
Well, taking a statement from the that black show that was on Blog Talk Radio, let's have some real talk. Do you think that the black kids have more knowledge than the Asian kids?
No,
Do you think they're better educated than the Asian kids?
not at all.
Do you think they're better mannered than the Asian kids?
No.
So we got a real problem here. Are you telling me that black people are ill-mannered and uneducated?
Some are. In the case that you're talking about, probably, yes.
Well, what do you think? Do you think the majority of black people are ill-mannered and uneducated? Especially the younger crowd, the 15 to 30 range.
Not in my opinion, no. Not from what I've experienced.
So what have you experienced? What's your opinion?
Well, I think probably 80 to 90% of black people are normal, nice people. That's been my experience.
And you think they've got a good education?
I imagine they did.
Well, where did you think they got it?
I don't know. From wherever they got it.
You're in Portland, yes?
Uh-huh.
So do you have an underclass? Do you have an area that is all black?
Not exactly. We have a heavily black area in Southeast, and the crime's horrible, but it's pretty mixed. We don't have a lot of African American. We have 8%.
And what are the schools like in this area?
They're not as good. They're terrible.
So how could you tell me that they've got a good education or that they're educated if you now say that the education is not good?
Well, you have to understand, I work at a fairly fancy hotel, and so the black people that check in there are like middle-class black people, so it's a little different.
About people in Portland don't check into your hotel.
No,
people from outside of Portland come check into your hotel.
Correct. They're from out of town.
So I'm not talking about the black people who check into your hotel in Portland. I'm talking about the black people that live in Portland.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to get.
So would you agree with me that if the school system is bad where these people live, that they're probably not educated properly?
I would suggest that teachers that teach in those schools should be the highest paid teachers, but they aren't. It's just the opposite.
You're not answering my question. You're giving me pipe dreams. I said to you that these people couldn't possibly be educated because if they were, where'd they get the education? You just
they're educated. It's just not they're not
where the black people live is pretty poor.
They have bad schools.
So then the majority of black people in Portland are not educated properly.
I have no idea if it's the majority.
Well, doesn't that make sense?
Lincoln School is a good school. There's a lot of good schools. Most schools are pretty good.
See, so which is it? They're not good or they are good?
Well, I'd say the majority of them are good.
Okay, I think I can fix this. If your daughter was of school age, would you send her to one of these schools?
I wouldn't.
The longer you hesitate, the more we know the answer.
Well, I wouldn't purposely send her. I with my kids, I tried to move into a nice area that had good schools purposely. So.
No, I didn't. But I'm not asking you would you purposely do it. I'm saying, would you send your children instead of going to the school where you live? Would you bus your children to one of these black schools?
Fuck no.
Why not?
Because they're not good schools. They have bad teachers.
So where are the black people that you say have good educations? Where are they getting the educations from?
Who knows? Probably a different school. There's plenty of black people that go to good schools too. They're not all from a bad part of town.
Money for that. They something to pay for.
I had a lot of black people in my high school. I went to high school in Portland. I'm still friends with a lot of them, actually.
You're gonna give me the exception that proves the rule.
What are you trying to say? What's the problem? Where's the
Well,
solution?
when I asked you,
Stop it.
you told me that was racist. So
I'm at-
now that you've admitted that most of the black people that are not exactly well educated, is that racist?
No, not at all. And I don't think that I agree.
So pointing that out is fine.
Yes.
So then when I said, well, who's going to protect the white people? Why was that racist?
I don't remember that part.
Well, I said, who's going to protect the white people? And you said, that's racist.
Well,
Well,
keep on
I
moving.
forget now. Protect the white people from what?
Who protects the white people from Antifa? Who protects the business owners from having their businesses burned down? Who is protecting the good, decent people who don't go around burning down businesses? Who protects them?
Well, it should be the police. But
Right now, and this just in: Portland police arrest an Antifa black bloc militant in North Portland. Thank Yank offer for black mask, and they're starting to arrest. And let me just say this right now: they're arresting them, and they're not sending them to the DA in New Orleans.
I know.
They're sending them
No.
they're facing federal charges.
I've seen a difference, man, this last week. I really something's
They're being-
changed. I think
Well, they're being charged now.
yeah.
They're being charged by the
So
federal.
you mean after 3 months, you're finally seeing some action?
Yes. This is the first week I've seen anything.
Sure.
To be perfectly
So
honest,
the mom and pop shop that got burned out 2.5 months ago, and their life money is gone. What do they do?
They complain.
It's a little late for them, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why we're calling Kate Brown. Too late, Kate. What's your solution, Howard? You have a lot of questions.
Well, I asked you the question: who's going to protect the white people? The answer is nobody. The white people have to protect themselves, don't they?
Yeah, that's kind of what we're. Well, I don't know if that's helpful at this point. Maybe November 4th.
How is it not helpful? How is it not helpful?
You give.
You say I shouldn't recognize that this is going on. I should just ignore it and ignore all the people that have been abused and damaged over all this time.
I'm talking about just the election and helpful for seeing change. I personally think we might be better off with Trump in there, so it wouldn't be helpful for Trump to be reelected if a whole bunch of pro-Trumpers went down there and injured a bunch of Antifa people, because it would be the top story. Just like the paintball guns.
So you should just let them do what they're going to do.
Until November 3rd? Yeah, probably. What do you think?
I think that they should invite the feds in there to knock heads and bring in the guillotine.
I think that win or lose, Trump November 4th is going to end this quickly. Did you know that in what is it, Minnesota, where's the kid, the 17-year-old that killed the 3 people? What town is that?
Do you have an exit plan? Do you have an exit plan?
Do I have a place to go or an exit plan? I don't live in Portland.
An exit plan, because if Trump loses, what do you think Portland's going to be like?
Dirty shit. But if he wins, it'll be even worse, probably, for a short time. But
well, let's just say at the end of January, Trump loses at the end of January. What do you think Portland's going to be like?
I don't know. I can't answer that question. It might be better. You never know. there might be fewer riots at that point. But then again,
and you really believe that?
nah, I think they want to try to accomplish their agenda at this point.
So their agenda is getting rid of Joe Biden. They'll Trump is out. They'll want to get rid of Joe Biden, right?
Who? No. I think their agenda it's to basically take apart capitalism in this country. That's what I think. I lost you guys.
Joe has left, and guys, I am getting exhausted, so I am going to bed. Hey guys, like and subscribe. I hate to shut this off short, but it's 1:00 here, and I am ready to go to bed. So, is Joe still here? Joe? No, Joe left. So I am going to call it a day.
Was I boring?
No, I have to get to bed because I got to get up and I got to work tomorrow. So,
you know, it's Howard goes on and on. You can never get an answer. What he thinks the solution is. He never comes up with answers.
I do have somebody else who's on our stream. His name is Powell. I wonder if Powell has anything to say before I end the show. Powell, do you have anything to say before I end this show?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much.
What's the solution?
I just tuned in. What I miss? What's the solution? What I take it?
Oh, you're right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think right now. You know what? To be honest, yeah, we're back. So JP is back, and I'm getting kind of tired. Joe, if you want to continue on with the show, but I'm ready to go to bed. Bye.
Wait a minute. Did somebody ask you a question? Is that why you're telling us you're tired?
Yes.
No, I really am tired.
He's running away. Quit running, Brian.
I'm going to start my fast tomorrow.
Oh,
all
right.
I should start mine.
Why don't you close your eyes? Why don't you close your eyes and talk?
Hey, I'm
Are
going
you able to do that?
Brian, where are you going to be around noon? You going to be working?
I'll be, I'll tell you where I'll be. So let me, I'll text you.
Yeah.
Hey,
He'll be hiding under his desk.
He's going to be hiding for sure.
Joe, I'm going to leave the studio. If you want to continue the show, you go ahead and do that. I'm going to bed.
Does he fit under his desk?
All right, man.
Good night, everyone. I'm going to bed. Joe,
Good night.
Does anybody want to stay here or leave?
I do. Just for a little bit
All right.
longer.
We'll talk a little more.
I want to talk to Howard for a second.
Yes, I'd like to know who's gonna save the white people.
Howard, besides leaving the country, do you think this is a solution, or do you think it's just inevitably going to go south and it's going to be like a race war?
I think that you should have an exit plan and go somewhere where you're treated well and be safe.
Well, I'm in a good spot where I live, just not where I work. So.
Well, where you live is just eventually, after they burned everything down, they'll get out to it. They'll get to you. Don't worry.
There's not that many. They make it seem like it's like a ton of people. It's really about 200 Antifa people, and then an influx, depending on what's going on politically, of BLM people traveling to town. There's probably only 50.
BLM people? You mean Black Lives? You have to say it. Black Lives Matter.
Yes, Black Lives Matter. Which I wish they would change the name, and I wish that.
Don't put an S on the end of lives. Just say Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
Who's snoring? What is that?
It's
So are you offended when I mention white people?
Yes.
And you think mentioning white people is racist?
Mr. Midnight Movie said he had to go to sleep, but I didn't think he'd go to sleep that fast.
He did. He bailed. He ran away. He listened to Howard. Listening to Howard makes everybody go to sleep. You know,
he never gets to the point.
you know, you listen to
He
Howard
sounds
or
so smart, but he never gets to the damn point. He just asks a bunch of questions. He's trying to lead me to a point and make me feel stupid. Just tell us what you think. Fuck's sakes.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm swimming laps in the pool at the moment.
Oh yes.
Breaststroke, so I don't have to put my head underwater. And it's very nice here. Nice and sunny and no black people.
Okay. You got a bunch of Thai people.
Yeah, Thai people are all right. They don't bother you, and there's no Black Lives Matter here.
Thai lives matter.
Thai lives matter. Thai lives matter.
Well, they don't even say that here. They don't even understand it.
Well, they're probably too
Are
busy
you
working.
afraid? When you wake up every day, Darren, don't you say, God, I'm glad I'm white?
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Can you just swim?
I do.
Obviously, you
I
can't
do.
swim and
What's wrong?
talk at the
I
same
mean,
time.
is there something wrong with being white?
No, there's nothing wrong with being white. There's nothing wrong with being anything.
So then,
We're just
is
lucky
there
to be
anything wrong
alive.
with
In this.
saying, I'm glad I'm white?
White, white,
No, there's
white,
nothing wrong
white,
with that.
white, 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 black, 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 white, 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 white.
I'm glad I wasn't born black.
Well,
I might have been
please.
relegated to a
All
life of stupidity and ignorance.
Oh, I'm gonna end this. All right.